You want what you want. And you have a right to want what you want. And Pisces, I can see that definitely there's something that you have not been honest with yourself about. Not dishonesty with other people, but there's something there. And the reason why it's applicable right now is because there's liberation right now. There's freedom. There's a way of thinking through your emotions right now as all planets or many planets move into Aquarius that say, if we look about this in a different way, then maybe it won't seem so cumbersome. Maybe it won't seem all consuming. Maybe it won't seem so frightening or even disgusting, because there's something about what you want, or something that you want, someone that you want, whatever the application of your life is, that you have decided you gotta push that down. And Jesus Christ, I wouldn't even imagine why you decided it, but maybe things weren't working, or if it's another human being, it gets a little more complicated, right? Because maybe there's not reciprocity, or you don't feel like there's reciprocity, you don't feel like there ever was going to be reciprocity. There is definitely some deep abiding emotions that you have about a desire, and you've made judgments about this desire against yourself. God, one of the biggest mysteries about you for me is how you can be so hard on yourself when it comes to this level of perfection you're supposed to attain in terms of kindness and openness. But you are so non-judgmental when it comes to everybody else. Like you're just wide open with the fucking understanding, right? And it's like, come on in, be a part of me. I'll take you in. I'll absorb everything. But when it comes to you, there's this really tendency to just be really harsh on yourself for something that you desire. Let's take, for example, I'm going to give you a few examples, and these are all metaphors, examples, right? Because every Pisces I know is in an extremely happy relationship right now. So this is just an example. Okay, it's not what I see in the card. It's what I see in the cards, but it's an example. Say it's about a person. Somewhere along the lines, you decided that deep down inside, you are sexually attracted to them. But maybe they're the same sex as you. Or maybe they're one of your best friends. And you know that they don't feel the same as you. So, or you assume that they won't feel the same as you. So you basically just keep that shit to yourself, and you let it build, and you let it twist, and you let it warp, and you let it corrupt, and you allow it to be something that you continue to be ashamed of. Where's the shame coming from? I mean, I understand being nervous. I understand being afraid, once things come out, and saying this to somebody, because you don't want to wreck a relationship, especially if you have a friendship. You don't want to wreck a relationship that you have. You don't want to throw everything off. You don't know how this will go, right? But self-shaming, where does that come from? Because these desires are pure things. They're not coming from a place of malice, like you want to do harm to somebody, you're trying to manipulate somebody. They're coming from a place of like real desire. Like, or maybe this is you intuitively feeling that somebody else has some feelings for you, right? And you don't want to breach the topic, or you've been skating around it. Because you just don't want to call it out directly, because you would feel awkward. What if I'm wrong? The point is this: whether you're wrong or whether you're right, whether the relationship changes or not, maybe they want the same thing as you do, maybe they don't. But where's the shame, dude? Why hurt yourself that way? Why make it something bad when it really is just something beautiful and natural? Another example that I came up with was, it slipped out of my head, but it was actually a good one because it was not relationship related at all. I think it was something about a job. Damn it, I hate when I do that. I really do. Ultimately, there is some decadence. This thing that you can't be caught out on. Oh, Oh, it keeps slipping my mind. I hate when that happens. It will come up when I can't. It was just another example that I could share with you guys. Um, what I do know though is you containing this inside of yourself is actually causing a block. If you guys have been feeling that there's somehow like a block that's going on in your life, I was looking for my dog. If you've just been feeling that, I have to say that this is what's causing the block. Like, this is the foundation. By you not feeling these things or acknowledging these things, that's what's causing, like, if you've been having writer's block, if you've been having creative blocks, that's what's causing this feeling that you're not addressing. Because by ignoring feelings for water signs especially, but definitely especially for you, this flow is just not going to go. This is the foundation, Pisces, to what has been holding you up because you want something and it's decadent. So listen, this is my question to you. Why did you decide that you shouldn't want it? Listen, it's like you can want the cake, right? You can want it. You want it even though you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to eat healthier and you know you shouldn't have it. But you can want it. In fact, acknowledging the fact, I want it. That shit tastes good. It's my favorite fucking thing. Is actually what makes it easier for you to not think about it. Really, what keeps the thought going round and round and round in your mind is the denial of the desire. And there is most certainly desire here. Look at this, motherfuckers. Look at this. Let them eat cake. Something that tempts you. Something that you've already assumed is not going to be good for you. And I've also want to ask you that question. Where is the assumption coming from? That it won't be good for you, that this is a decadence, that this is an indulgence, that's already putting a stamp on this, that it does not deserve, Pisces. You deserve a little more credit, especially giving it to yourself. Disobedience, it's almost like you got to sneak around. You got to sneak something in. You got to hide what you truly are. You got to hide this demon, this monster, when it's really just a fucking rabid dog that maybe he needs help. Maybe he's sick, or maybe he just doesn't want to be stuffed under your goddamn shirt. It's like, why is it there's this shame? There's this sneaking something in, sneaking sweets. It's like almost like being on a diet and like like counting your calories, but you sneak a chocolate here, you sneak a candy here, you sneak just a bite of that cake, just a bite, and you don't record the calories. Because if I don't record it, then I don't have to acknowledge it. But it's real. You do have to acknowledge it. The calories are still going in. I'm not trying to say y'all have to lose weight. That is not my point here. It is a metaphor for the energies that I'm picking up here. And the more you kind of like shame yourself for these desires or these wants, the more you shame yourself, the more you feel isolated. And I feel like there's been a real isolation between you and another person because of these feelings. Now, maybe it's their feelings. Yes, you could always flip that. That's true. But it could also be isolating you from opportunities. It could be isolating you from your clan at work. There's a sense of like isolation here and loneliness, not loving what this is doing to you. It's taking you out of your element of bringing people together, right? And I gotta say, in this time, it's really going to be kind of like as catastrophic, not in terms of any harm it will do to your life, but in terms of how it rips out of you. You're really not going to be able to hold it in much longer. No matter how much you've tried. This is a sense of you need to be out loud about this. Yeah, it's just so necessary. See, these are desires, deep desires that are causing burdens for you, or a sense of trying to make yourself into this perfect, virginal, like this predetermined, prepackaged version of what is pure. That's a real burden on you. This is a real, like, where did that come from? This need to come off as this kind thing, this sweetness. Oh, everybody must love me. No, they must not. There is definitely something that you need to say that you know will piss somebody off, but it is hurting you to contain it, and yet you're containing it. It's like a Rapunzel in the tower. It's become sort of what you're stuck with right now. This formidable, self-isolating, like maybe even a person that you feel is just like rock-headed, or like a woman that could be in your life is rock-headed, like, you know, like they're impermeable, you can't reach them, they're not going to change their ways. But that doesn't mean you can't communicate with them, because you don't talk to somebody to change them. And maybe that's the issue. There's this desire to change them. And it's like, don't worry about them. And don't worry about the impact. Don't worry about changing anybody else. Just worry about you and the effect that all of this containment and self-oppression is having on you, right? There's this need to like let go and release. You go first. The universe will catch you. Take a leap of faith. Just go into it. You're not, all I can say is you're not going to be able to think about this. So it is going to come up. It's going to cut you. It's going to come after you. You're going to be unaware. And then bam, you're just going to say it. And you're not going to realize you did it. Or I bet you some of you have been like writing that text, delete, writing that text, writing that text, writing that text, delete, writing that text, oh, I hit send. Because you really wanted to. You didn't like, you know, it's like you were so on the verge because you're just ready to come out. You're ready to just blast it out and say what's on your fucking mind. You're ready. You're so ready, and yet you're so scared of, you know, being shamed or somebody seeing you as ugly. And ultimately, they may see you as ugly. I'm not trying to tell you that it's going to go well. I'm just trying to set with them, with whatever's on the outside of you. I am just trying to say that it must go for you to clear yourself and really start new, because that's really what tomorrow and the next couple of days are, up through Friday. It's a start new, it's a start fresh, it's a new life, it's a new way to be. It's a reinventing of yourself to be a more sincere version of yourself, not to shed all the layers that you've sort of like accumulated over the years. Let's put it that way. Flame of inspiration is here. So I know there's fire in your belly. I know there's passion. I know there's desire. And I know that the time is ticking. Volcano's about to erupt, baby. Self-worth. So you have so much inspiration, but somehow you still doubt yourself. You have so much passion, but you're doubting the validity of your passion. You're also doubting the validity of your right to the passion. And that's what really, really worries me about the situation. That's the only thing that I would say. You know, you're so fucking zen when it comes to everybody else. This is you. You are the mermaid. You're so often pictured as the mermaid because you're just like part of the water. And you can stay under there indefinitely. That's what you breathe. You breathe emotions and desires every day. And you're so comfortable. Look at her with that little fish. Ain't she cute? Oh, so adorable. You're just so there with everybody else. You know, but in some ways this is kind of like hardened you and stiffened you and made you feel contained. Slow down. It's made you feel stuck. I can say that right now. It's almost made you feel stuck, maybe stuck in a shell. And you wonder why things aren't flowing the way that you want them to. The way that you kind of like keep them flowing for everybody else. Well, it's because of this. Show the world the real you. Oh, this is Aquarius. We have, this is full moon Aquarius, but that just means something has to come out. The truth has to come out about who you are. And get real about it. Right? Get real about, by the way, all of these planets accumulating in, because the moon just went into Aquarius this evening. So there's 6 planets, including the moon and the sun, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. There's 6 planets. So you have 2 outer planets, 2 inner planets, and 2 luminaries. So you actually have a wonderful balance of like just new conception and truth coming out. But guess what house it's in? It's in your 12th house. And 12th house is ruled by Pisces. And ultimately, it is the place where things are ambiguous. There's no light in the realm of the mysteries. There's only what you can make out of your imagination. And it's not good enough anymore. And you'll see that it's not good enough. And that's what practical plan in the House of Mysteries is, just things illuminating it. And you have 2 luminaries there. You have the sun, which is you by daylight, and then the moon, which is you by night. So by night and by day, this is you realizing specific things about yourself that were confusing for you, or specific aspects of your life that really you could not make decisions on. You will be able to make decisions on them now, because you will not be afraid of the truth that was keeping you from making those decisions. Work through your fears. This is Scorpio energy. I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio. I don't think it matters. What does matter is there are things in the depths that have to be addressed. And addressing them is pretty much kind of like, I'll see how it goes, because we got so much more of your reading to do. I'm going to get into the animal tarot cards. Let's see. But work through your fears. You know, the only way to work through something is to first acknowledge it. And I said that in the beginning of the reading. Let's go into the animal totem cards. Pisces, if you love this video, then like it. Hit that like button and then share it to your social media platforms, because that really helps the channel grow. Also, you can subscribe to the channel. That also helps the channel grow. And ring that bell. Click all notifications, because I upload Pisces-specific content every single Wednesday. And then I upload your rising sign, your moon sign, and all other signs during the week. And you're going to want to know about them too. There's reasons to dig into it all. So please do hit all notifications. And then you can join me on Instagram. You can find me at born_without_boundaries. born_without_boundaries over on Instagram. I do a daily tarot card reading Monday through Friday live, so I can actually interact with you guys. It's a general reading and it's really motivational. It's fantastic. So please join me there. Also, there's always an extended. So if these readings seem too ambiguous, I get to the nitty-gritty and I take tarot. It's an extended reading using tarot, and I articulate everything. What are your challenges? What are the blockages? What do you need to do? And the happy ending, right? You know, like, how do I get there? I guide you through it. And then that's actually a 2-in-1 reading, because it also includes a romance-specific reading with these energies right now. So, Pisces, get it while it's hot. 2-in-1. That link is right below this description video. You know, this is about healing and health, because squirrel is what's popped out. And that's Virgo energy, which is really about long-term nurturing. It's just that also it can be a little bit too controlling. I feel like what this is telling me is things for you have been a little too mechanized. They've been a little bit too intentional, right? Too two-dimensional. And ultimately you need that third dimension in there at least. But it is saying that, because remember this, your dreams need a practical plan. Well, Virgo energy is really good at creating a practical plan or executing the practical plan. Where's the plan coming from though? Lay a solid foundation. These are both Virgo energies. Where is the practical plan coming from? This is coming from your heart space, your love, your true love, your maybe even your family, a purpose. Like beavers have a purpose. It's almost like, I just see a dam, and you didn't want things to get sloppy and you didn't want things to get messy, so you blocked it up. And that's actually okay. You can leave your dam in place. What I'm asking is for you to tell that person, I built this dam because, And now I invite you not to break down my dam, because I still feel confident that I need to keep it there, but I invite you to jump in these waters to understand what I held back, because I don't want to keep this pond that I've created. I don't want to keep it a secret anymore. I don't want to let it, I don't want to let it flow. I don't want to let it go and spill all over the place. But at the same time, I don't want to deny that it's there. And you shouldn't deny that it's there. And you definitely should reveal. So interesting that it's in your 12th house. You definitely should reveal that it's there. And that you felt the need to hold this back, because truth transcends illusion, but it came out in reverse. So this is definitely a sense of needing shame, needing to feel like you're keeping something, hiding something, a secret being kept from you. I'll get into tarot to see exactly what this secret is if you're curious, but if it's you keeping the secret, you know exactly what this secret is. This was in the past. And it definitely had something to do with just maintaining a status quo. It was too much. Like, it was too much of a burden. You didn't want to get into all the craziness. I understand that. Now is a lucky time. Things have changed. The events have changed. We're ready for more eclectic stuff, more crazy stuff, more out of the landish, out of the box stuff. We're ready for those things that maybe you did not feel. We're ready for things to become tangible. Like, that's really what all this energy is about. And it doesn't seem like it because it's air energy, it's Aquarius energy. Hold on. It seems like it would be all concept, but it's not it. This is when, and you'll see, especially when the moon finally at the end of this week joins Neptune in Pisces, you'll see that there's a juxtaposition with the North Node and South Node. And what was our discomfort becomes our comfort, because we're just so sick of being stuck just thinking about things. We don't want to just sit there and think about things anymore. That's a big frustration. And we know that we got to remove these blockages in order to manifest all these concepts into reality. This is about being productive, but it's about being productive, like being able to see things from a different direction, to understand how you need to be productive and what you need to do. This is a great time for doubling down your efforts, because every effort that you there's my puppy. Every effort that you double down right now, Pisces, is going to multiply to your benefit. Just saying. Now, with all this Virgo energy, I feel like this has something to do. It could be health. Could be 6th house energy. Becoming aware of how this is impacting you and how this has affected your health. Be at home. Could be dealing with a Cancerian. Or you could just be at home. Lay a solid foundation. Be at home. This is about self-acceptance. That's what it's about. It's about allowing yourself to be comfortable with who you are. I think I remember the example. What if you have a drinking problem? I'm not saying that you do, but what if you do? This is the example. Hating yourself doesn't help you heal yourself or help yourself. Hating the fact that, this substance has an influence on you is not helping you. It's just helping you avoid and stay away from something that you have to confront. I know that it's uncomfortable, Pisces, but it's absolutely necessary for you to love yourself unconditionally, the way that you love other people. Let me go into this, because the spirit animal cards are being very hush-hush. There's fear here. It's not a coincidence that this card came out. We also have mindfulness and integrity, and then vision came out on the bottom. So Let's start with fear. I, Archangel Michael, am here to help you through your present time. So you know who to pray to if you really need help. I love you. I protect you and keep you safe. Trust that all is well. Accept my love and allow it to dissolve your fear. So this unconditional love and acceptance that comes from faith and connectivity is essential to you right now. Mindfulness. Be mindful of another's feelings and needs. Someone needs your love right now. A loving thought is all it takes. See, especially if you're avoiding a person, they think you hate them. You know, all of this self-hatred, they are not privy to what's going on inside you. So they just think you don't give a fuck. FYI. Integrity. Be flexible, but also be true to you. Stand by your beliefs and values, and others will stand by and believe in you. So this is about owning who you are. Vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include kisses. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform current events. So if you come at this situation with love, it's a different approach, right? Instead of fear, instead of self-hatred and self-loathing, right? Coming at this situation with love. Like almost like, I gotta love them. If that's what you're good at, right? This sense of love them enough to reach out, because maybe you've been so washed away in your head with your fear that you forgot how shitty you're making them feel by not contacting them. If this is about a human, you know, because it could be about a situation. Love, the heart of love. Like, how is this? This isn't a coincidence, dude. The heart of love is the heart of creation. All is possible through love. All is worthwhile for love. May all you think and feel reflect love's eternal truth. And just remember, you may not feel what they feel, or they may not feel what you feel, but that doesn't mean there's not love there, because love has many expressions. It's not confined to bumping uglies or romance, or it's not confined to stupid shit. It's so beyond and broad. There are so many different ways to accept and show love. And this is you broadening your spectrum. Let's get into the nitty-gritty details. We're going to go to tarot. I will see you guys in the link below.